So there's no, all right, sweet. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
All right, so we got it's just me and Steve today because the kids couldn't make it. The little kids had to take off. Matt had a sore throat or something like that. He wasn't feeling well, or no, he had a crick in his neck. So little guy had to put some balm on his neck, and he went to bed early. And Marina is I don't know what the hell. Marina's straightening her hair right now, so she couldn't make it either. Yeah.
Steve, what's up, bud? I got my butcher cock cream.
Nice.
Bad knees.
All right, so you want me to start as far as
Yeah, I saw one of the questions.
Actually, you haven't started yet. Why don't you start?
All right, fine. Hold on, I'm being lathered up here. I'm lubing myself up. All right, start. I got some workout questions. I got actually a good amount of training questions. Damn, this shit stinks. All right. Does exercise order for back matter? And do you have any tips to bring up my back? What is too much volume / too many sets?
So does exercise order matter? Yeah, to some degree, it's definitely going to matter, right? To some degree, it's going to matter. Is it the most important thing in the world where it's like you need to be waiting for machines for 3 or 4 hours? No. But obviously, especially a weak area, right? We're going to be able to connect with a muscle greater in shortened positions. But it requires a lot more like neural activity. So again, if we think about a bicep, right? If I told you to extend your arm and flex your bicep, you're not going to feel that very well. If you close that arm off and flex that bicep, now you're going to feel that muscle a lot more efficiently, right? So if we train things in that shortened position, which is the bicep like this, or the back here, things that maximize that shortened position, right? We're going to get a better connection with that. So if we start our workouts there, now we have that connection going with that mind muscle connection, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then from there, we can go into things that might maximize or overload that lengthened position a little bit better. We do grow more efficiently in the lengthened position, but obviously we want to make sure that we are connecting with that muscle tissue first and foremost. Oh, Matt's watching. But yeah, what were the other ones?
Does exercise for back more matter and tips to bring it up? And what is too much volume in sets?
Too much volume in sets. Honestly, at the end of the day, I would just say that if you are, if you're worried about adding volume, like if you think you need to add volume to be able to get it to grow, you're probably not training it hard enough, right? Like if you have a back day, let's take your entire back day into consideration, 6 to 8 total working sets. You know, and like I know people think about that. They'll be like, no, 6 to 8 total working sets. Like, you're doing one exercise and they're doing 3 sets. The second exercise, they're already at 6 sets. You know what I mean? We're not talking about like whatever, not failure work that you're just kind of going in and doing 4 sets of 10. Like that's like if you're actually training hard, you're probably not going to need a substantial amount of volume there.
Yeah, I think too, like we could tie in, like if I had to go back, if we had to go back, like say, I don't know, 10 years ago and tell something like to our younger self training wise, it would definitely be to focus more on like the mechanics of every single movement you're doing. And especially when it comes to back, making sure you're getting a full stretch in the bottom, like letting your lats really stretch out without, rounding your shoulders, open the fuck up. And when you come up, squeeze like a motherfucker and get your elbows back as far as you can. And I would definitely say focus on them versus caring if the order's, appropriate, or at the end of the day, the order is not going to get more results than putting, blowing your load on all of those working sets and bringing intensity. Whether you do them backward the same way every week, mix them up, and also find the movements that work for you, right? Like if your coach has something programmed and you just started with them and you have form check videos sent to him or her and like everything's good from what your coach is seeing, from what you're doing and all that, and you're still not feeling it, communicate that. Swap the movement out because not every movement's going to work, right? I would also say too, ditch the bent over shit unless you have a really good mind muscle connection. Get on chest supported things, get on the cables, and make sure you have that constant tension. And then on chest supported stuff, you don't have to focus on, having your chest up, not rounding, all that at the bottom of, say, like a barbell row or a T-bar row, right? A lot of people ego lift them, right, at the end of the day. So you don't need the barbell row 315 when you're 175 pounds to grow your back. Guarantee you'll get more from rowing 185 and full stretch, squeeze, you know what I mean? Or go on the chest supported T-bar row.
Yeah.
And get more, you'll get way more efficiency out of that, I feel.
Yeah, I'm not saying a barbell row won't work, because we've seen it work for plenty of people.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, but at the same time, I find, especially for me, that was one movement, dude, that I really tried, like, over and over and over and over and over again. And it was one of those things where, in my mind, it was, don't create like justification or excuse for yourself. Like, just do it until it becomes comfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those ones I never felt. It wasn't comfortable, yada, yada. And it was like, do it until it becomes comfortable. And it literally never happened. Yeah. It didn't matter if I put 2 months into it on lower weight and just trying to feel it, or like there was just no opportunity for me to build that up and actually feel that movement continuously as I was able to progress and progress at the same time. So, there's definitely something to be said about the movement selection and being able to kind of, commit to those movements in terms of the way that you feel, how well you feel them.
Yeah. So, like you were saying with the barbell rows, so like I've been doing them now probably like 5-6 weeks, and I've been doing them on the Smith machine, and I don't think I've gone past the plate at 25. One, because my Smith machine is like 25 years old and heavy as all hell, but also two, just making sure I'm braced at like a good 80, 85 degree, right? Chest is up, my back is super tight. At the bottom, I'm literally just dead stopping for like at least a good 2 count, letting my elbows just stretch all the way at the bottom. And then I'm holding for a 2 count all the way at the top. So, and with that, I guarantee I feel my back for like a top set of 10 way more than if I had 3 plates on there just slinging it around. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only other thing I would say about back training is deadlift. I know a lot of people want to, put deadlift in different if you need to thicken your back, deadlift more.
Yeah, I think when you're younger too, and you need to build that foundation, I don't necessarily know that I'd recommend bench pressing, right? But even getting a strong ass dumbbell press, like on a slight incline, getting strong as shit at them, fucking just deadlifting and putting a bar on your back and squatting. And just go on both of them, I feel like, till you go. Because the reality of the situation is, dude, like if you're eating enough at 21, 22, 23, you're going to recover better than I am at 30. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, I'm actually not as big of a fan with barbell back squats, because I find so many people that they're not like anatomically built well for squats. You know what I mean? And now instead of getting the development that they want as far as quads are concerned, they're either growing their ass or they're destroying their knees, right? And it's just not as effective as far as taking a certain level of muscular failure. Where with a deadlift, like you are going to thrash your posterior chain one way or the other. Like if you're taking deadlift sets to the point of failure, like it might not be as directly. And again, there's an anatomical difference there too, right? The taller somebody is, the less effective a floor, from the floor conventional deadlift might be. But again, you're going to thrash your back with a deadlift one way or the other.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I know.
But, all right. What else you got?
Any advice to getting through contest prep when you're extremely hungry and fatigued?
No.
I mean, it might sound very like generic, but you chose to do this. Suck it the fuck up. Drink more water and mind over matter.
Yeah, I wish there was something for that, because it'd make our job a lot easier, and it'd make a lot of people enjoy bodybuilding a lot more and give us a better clientele base to be able to choose from, and as it relates to bodybuilding. But when you can see some of the competitors that are already in here saying suck it up, like that's really what bodybuilding is down to. It's the person. The reason why I think we all get such a hard on from doing it is the fact that like a lot of people, they just can't do it. Like you literally just can't do it. Yeah, you can't get to that point where you're going to be able to shut that down well enough and long enough to be able to actually step on stage conditioned enough. But that's really what it comes down to. Actually, I I guess, Bernard brought up a good one. Nicotine is a good appetite suppressant. You could try things like that to help suppress the appetite. Broncade's a good appetite suppressant, but those are things that are going to have very like temporary effect. You know what I mean? Where it's like when you're really fucking lean and you're whatever 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out from the show, you're starving. Like the bottom line is you can take anything you want to suppress your appetite. You're hungry again 13 seconds later.
Yeah, the bottom line is just it's like I said a minute ago. It's easy. Just suck it the fuck up. Like you chose to do this. It is what it is, right? Like if there was a solution to that, not being fucking fatigued and feeling like your legs each weigh 450 fucking tons when you're 4 weeks out from all the cardio and low food and all that, everybody would be doing this and everyone would actually be in shape.
And that's the thing, yeah. To follow up on that real quick, and I'll let you get back to your questions. I did have a new client start. And she asked the question. So I know we get this question every single week, but she's new, right? So I figured I'd at least ask for her, what is the number one thing that we see, kind of derail a prep? And I don't know what the exact verbiage she put was. Let me see here. Most common issues clients run into during prep. I would say, it's that right there. People having the mental fortitude to be able to make it all through, honest with their, not on their diet, train to a certain extent, guard, whatever it is, 4 weeks out and not, letting off the gas, but really being able to kind of like, I guess, lack of better verbiage, lean into it and be able to like use that same exact thing that somebody else is letting ruin their prep to fuel their prep a little bit and fuel the training and fuel the staying away from the food and kind of, that it really is the difference is the mental toughness. You know what I mean? Like I have a few people that are in prep right now, and there's one person in particular I can think of where I hear from almost every single day how terrible low days are. And then I have other clients that are in prep right now, like Matt and Riley, or even Ed, who's a new client of ours, is for first prep, never hear fucking one word from them. Ever. And they're all peeled and on point and on time, and like everything is going to work out well for them. Whereas the other one,
I've had like low blood sugar getting up the steps, dude. Like sometimes, you know what I mean? Like at times over the years, Johnny's had me doing like 45, 50 minutes in the morning. And then he's like, yo, before bed, like, I just need you to go do another 45 minutes. And like my carbs are like fucking 80 a day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like I haven't had them since post workout, and it was 140 grams of rice. And that was 8 hours ago. And like I can literally just feel myself like shivering, fucking freezing, sweating. I'm like, I could barely walk, you know what I mean? And it's just like, what am I going to do? Fucking text them and be like, dude, my sugar's low. Like, what's he going to say? Go drink a Gatorade, and then I'm going to fucking get second place and be like, fuck, I shouldn't have had that 50 grams of carbs from Gatorade. I should have just died instead. You know what I mean? Like, but like when you get in true shape and you do this shit for like serious, like it's sick. It's not normal. There's nothing normal about it, dude.
Yeah. I remember the last show I did, I was still training people in person, whatever it was, like 40 hours a week or something like that. And I remember there was that point that wall that you hit where it was like, being able to socialize with people.
You fucking hate it.
It's like I wanted to claw my eyeballs out because, it's one thing talking to people behind a computer where I'm messaging back and forth with somebody. It's fine. You know what I mean? But when you're face to face with somebody and there's just this constant like need for attention, they're paying you for your attention as a trainer. It was, it got to a point where it was just like, dude, I would rather kill myself to be here right now. Listen, at the end of the day, it's the environment that we create for ourselves. And it's a necessity in order to come in shape. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, that's what the reward is. Like the reward is making it through all that, understanding that you made it through all that. Yeah. Jenny's right now, one of my clients should say social battery at 0. Yeah, exactly.
That's my social battery all the time.
When you're standing, especially in that winner circle afterwards, and what you went through, what you said no to, what you decided to do instead of, all these other luxuries that people are doing in front of you. The reality is it is the most gratifying thing. It's hard to explain it until you've been there. Like, I don't think people can really comprehend how gratifying it is until you're there, because, to me, it was always about, I was able to see this through to the end. You know what I mean? I saw this through. I did it to the fullest extent. Nobody can do it for you. You have to handle it yourself. But again, that is the reward that you get there.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, we got a question in here. Well, we got a question in here. What's the best pre-workout meal, and how long should you consume it before a workout? We've covered this one plenty of times too.
Yeah. So again, it depends. Like most of the time, for most, a quick acting carb, white rice, jasmine rice.
Don't be a pussy. Steve's a pussy. He doesn't like cream of rice. Have some cream of rice, some whey protein, bit of nut butter, some dark chocolate in there.
I just drank mine.
That's just ridiculous. That's a waste. There's kids starving in Africa. There's people on
I mean, I'm not wasting it. I'm just not eating it.
You're drinking cream of rice.
I like pancake mix.
I bet you do. I bet you look like you like pancake mix.
That shit's good as hell. I probably shouldn't say I put chocolate chips in it. No, the crust. So for real, the Krusty's pancake mix is a really good one. I find that a lot of people digest it easily, and it's just something really great tasting. With maybe some whey.
I used to use that a lot back in the day.
It tastes great. If somebody, and also too with like some whey, if somebody's gut can handle it. If your gut can't handle whey, honestly, I would just probably tell somebody to go with like a chicken and rice, or if they're like a fish and rice, something like that. Something easy on the gut. Like Tim said, whey and cream of rice, honey, some sugar, maybe some juice, fruit. And then how long? I usually say like 60 to 90 minutes, depends. I do it 60 minutes and I'm fine. And then I do another 50. Johnny's got me doing 50 carbs during, but I drink them immediately before I train. And honestly, dude, the last month I've honestly loved that. I get no gut issues at all. I don't have an issue training. I was realizing when all the years trying to just force the carbs down actually during the workout, I was getting tired, lethargic. My fucking stomach was bloating. Now I do it literally immediately before, just walk back into my shed, and I feel great.
I'm actually the exact opposite. When I do it immediately before, which I would do it in off season when I need to get the food in, but that's where I get lethargic during. Where if I'm drinking it during, I'm much better off.
Yeah. It's crazy how different everybody really is. You know. You want to go with you?
Well, you might as well finish off what you got, and then I'll go into mine. That way, we don't have to go back and forth.
What are the best cortisol supplements and or ways to decrease cortisol?
Decreasing cortisol be like phosphatidylserine, Relora, Sensorial. I would honestly, phosphatidylserine is probably going to be one of the stronger options that you have if you're running it between like 600 and 800 milligrams.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, there's a bunch of like blends of cortisol things too. I know Revive's got one, right? New Ethics has one.
Yeah. Cordes.
Yeah, Cordes, right? They're all really good. But yeah, I know First Form has a really good one as well. Yeah. So yeah.
Morphogen has one called Calm that I really like. That one does have 600 milligrams of phosphorylserine in it. But I'll use those. I usually use Calm, Cordes, or one of those individual ingredients depending on what the issue is.
Yeah. All right. Cool. How can I fix my slow thyroid?
Why is it? First and foremost, look at your gut. But there's got to be a reason why it's slow. Your thyroid is never the problem. Your thyroid reacts to what's going on in terms of that internal environment. You know what I mean? So there's something going on there that's causing the thyroid to downregulate. The thyroid itself isn't the problem.
Yeah. Or like just lose weight if you're overweight. That could help too.
Yeah, it could. Seriously.
Yeah. If you could only choose 5 exercises for the rest of your life, what would they be?
5 exercises?
Yeah.
Man, it's always 5. Why is it always 5?
I don't know, dude. I don't ask the questions.
5 is too much. I can't think of 5 fucking different things. I don't know. For back, I need some sort of pull down machine, like a hammer strength pull down, Panada high row, the Nautilus high row that we talk about all the time. I'd want something like that for back specifically.
Really? No row?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, a high row. I would go a high row. Like back is my weakest body part. So I was going to go like 3 back movements and then like always with the fucking fireworks. And then like a hack squat and a pair of dumbbells. Can I do Smith machine?
Yeah. I was going to say a Smith. Probably a leg press. I would take that at this point with my knees over a squat. I would probably choose like one of those seated back rows that have the handles like this or like this. You know what I mean? So I could do like a
Yeah.
single arm for my lats or like a wide grip.
Yeah.
Was that 3? A Smith machine, leg press, a cable stack, and a functional trainer.
Yeah, like Cybex, Bravo.
Yeah. Oh fuck. It's fucking hard.
That's all I would need right there. And then give me the Nautilus pull down. Done.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Between the functional trainer, the Smith, and a leg press, you can really torch your whole fucking body.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Dude, I've been doing probably my favorite back exercise now is I set the bench up at a 90 and I set it up like the cable cam all the way to the top. And I'm just doing like a pull, like where I'm set like this and pulling down, like
Right.
coming like down like that. Dude, nothing hits my lats better than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be the same thing as like a Nautilus.
Bro, it's like the contraction of my lats is insane.
The
So
thing
much
with
better.
the reason why I'd prefer it with a machine as opposed to a cable is just because you have something that kind of locks in the thighs and
Yep.
puts you in a perfect position. Like without having a bench support to be able
Right.
to force off of, right? You know what I mean? Like you're limited as far as the amount of weight that you can pull on a cable. But
Yeah.
what's up, Sweet Pea?
Say hi.
Hi.
Wow.
What's up? Where's my hat? No, okay.
It's not yours anymore.
He's got such an attitude, dude. It's crazy.
It'll get worse. It'll get
I'm
worse.
sure. You tired?
Um,
No tired? Okay.
what else you got? You got another one?
Yeah, I got one more. When should I pull back on cardio and prep? I'm 5 weeks out doing an hour fasted, 30 post workout.
Oh.
5 weeks out. I would pull back when you're peeled and super inflamed and don't need cardio anymore. Pull
Yeah.
back when cardio is hurting instead of helping. Pull back when it's reached its point that it's not helping anymore.
Yeah. So I didn't message this person just because, like, if they have a coach and stuff, I don't obviously want to ask questions and step on toes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just didn't even message them. If something like this, if I knew the person personally, I would. But I don't even know who the girl is. But I would say too, like if you're doing an hour and a half of cardio, which for a female at some points, honestly, I'm sure you would agree, sounds like a normal fucking thing, right? I would say too, like you can easily de-stress the body by like pulling back significantly on that cardio if you're doing a high day every week or every whatever your body needs on that regard, just to take that diet stress off the body. So like say you're doing, I don't know, say your food's super fucking low, you're eating 50 carbs a day, and this is a bikini competitor, for example, say, and you're doing an hour and a half, maybe on like that high day, pull that shit back to like 30 minutes, let the food stick and just like completely kill the cortisol that day. You know what I mean? So like you're refeeding at like 250, 300 carbs, just let the body chill for that day, use the food, and then just go back into depleting, you know?
Yeah, especially at 5 weeks. Like you're at the point where
Yeah.
you should be in pretty good shape at 5 weeks out. Having small manipulations, like or even removing cardio for like 3 or 4 days entirely. And if your body weight's dropping, at that point, you've reached a point where there's a little bit more stress going on.
So you're doing
She was
cardio.
You're just pointing at the M saying that.
You're doing cardio?
Look,
She's on the stairs. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, what do you got for me?
all right, we got. Are you ready? This is a good one. I don't know if I want to ask this question while your daughter's in the room though, so we'll do a different one. Can
Now, hold on.
training
Deanna,
methodology?
get out of here. I want to hear what this is. Fuck your training methodology. Dean, come get the kid. Come here. He's doing it now. I can't even see her. Come on.
Oh, you're in trouble.
All right, what you got?
So the question is, how much would a movie studio have to pay you to perform a gay scene on TV, like in Game of Thrones?
$0. I'm not doing it.
Dude, my set shop is up for fucking. Listen, how much money are you talking? First and foremost, what's the gay scene in Game of Thrones?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones is like softcore porn. Like, I'll fucking nibble on Steve's ear if you guys are gonna pay me for that shit. Like, how much money you got? You know what I mean? I'm down to explore a little bit and see what happens if we're talking a couple $1 million. You know what I mean?
You want me to use my ear shaver before or not? You want me to just let my ear hair grow?
That's gross.
You started this.
Sorry.
You started.
Maybe not Steve. Maybe not Steve. But honestly, I wonder Bernard, what is the gay scene in Game of Thrones? Pick one, he said. I don't know. I don't remember the Game of Thrones. Those were earlier on, right? Like, I don't remember the gay scenes in Game of Thrones in the later episodes. All right, we'll see if he says anything.
I have no idea.
They have a bunch of them. I don't remember particulars, but if it's like softcore porn and they're offering me millions of dollars, I would definitely. I'd have to check with Christine, but I might make it happen. Can training methodology affect hunger and metabolism? So for him specifically, he's changed to training with a lot more partial repetition, like partial rep ranges, so that he's training a lot more like the lengthened position right now, really experimenting with partials.
Okay.
So he wants to know, could it affect hunger and metabolism because his hunger has been relatively high?
Yeah, I mean, it's more intensity, more calories burned. You're doing more.
Yeah, if it's working in that sense, I would tell somebody as far as a blanket question where it's like, hey, can training methodology affect hunger? Yes, 100%. But I would just say, obviously, be careful about how you're changing that, because I wouldn't tell somebody to change their training methodology to elicit an impact on hunger and or metabolism, right? Because then to get down a path where people are talking about like, well, if I do supersets and yada, 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 can I increase metabolism or something along those lines, right? So it's not a blanket, the way that the question was asked, in this particular case, Bernard is probably experiencing a difference as far as hunger is concerned, because of a training change, that maybe ate a little bit of intensity and therefore his output's a little bit higher. But what I would say is more realistic in this scenario, he's also had a little bit of a gut flare up where we kind of just pulled back a little bit and made him remember to honestly chew his food and make sure that he's really making a conscious effort of chewing his food more often. That could probably be something that's more realistically changing appetite than the training is concerned. What's up? What are you laughing about?
Somebody messaged me on here. I don't know. It's not in the comments, but
right.
An old client of mine, his name's Kevin. This guy's hilarious. He goes, just hopped on here and heard about the gay stuff. It was like, you guys didn't specify if it's men or women. If it's with women, I'll do it for free.
That's it. All right. Yeah, that's what I meant too when I said what I said.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now I'm gonna have a dream tonight. You nibbling on my ear.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hope when I wake up, it's not a dream though.
When you wake up, it's gonna be have another sign.
Dude, my eye is. Wow, look at this.
It's gonna be the other one tomorrow.
So the doctor put cream in, like antibiotic cream.
Yeah, antibiotic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what starts with like an ER.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is. I used to get droppers.
Dude, but I had to rub. She wants me. It says rub it 6 times a fucking day.
Really?
7 days. Yeah, dude.
I don't remember ever using them that much, and I never got a cream either. I would get the actual eye drops. Again, I think mine really are a little bit different because I get them from whatever. I don't know, fucking stress or whatever.
Dude, this thing fucking hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, I know, but you get it because you take shit and don't wash your hands. It's different.
What did you say?
You take shit and don't wash your hands. Ways to manipulate water retention on cycle.
So I actually just went through this with a client, and we actually got to the root of the problem finally after 2 months, and we found out his growth hormone was fucking fake. And that was what was causing it. So you got to ask yourself, one, what are you on? Right? If it's
this person's on very minimal, 600 milligrams is the most I think we've ever taken that he's on right now. And I think it's 300 tests, 300 mast. I'd have to check. Might only be 200 tests and 300 mast.
Okay, so I highly doubt it's that then.
Right.
But with my client, for example, we were doing he was pushing 750 test, right? We were at 350 MPP. He was we were pushing like 700-800 Masteron. Like he was peak cycle, right? And his ankles started to retain water in prep at 4 weeks out last year, right? And it's my client Matt who won Big Cat. And I was like, dude, there's no fucking way, bro. Like you're losing consistently like 0.8 to 1.2 pounds every 5-6 days. There's no fucking way, and you're lean, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're 4 weeks out. And I had him cut the growth hormone, dude, in like 3-4 days. Edema was all gone. So he was like, I don't know, maybe it was a freak thing. Off season starts, put stuff back in, and it starts again. His food was high. So we just came off, right? We're cleaning out. His food's obviously much lower. I'm trying to tighten him up a little bit because he was so sick of food. And food was low. Growth hormone was still in. I added only at 2 units, edema again. So he literally stopped the growth, got other growth hormone, and it's fine now. And I'm like, dude, you're eating like 220 carbs a day. That's like, you know what I mean? For you, that's nothing, dude. You're 205 pounds of muscle. So I would say for your client, like, I mean, where's the stress levels too?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I would say for this is Bernard. So again, and it's 400. He just messaged us and 300 master.
I can't see the comments.
Oh yeah, but still not the issue though. That's still not the issue. It's not. And this is, you know, he has a very stressful job in terms of the hours that he works. Sometimes it can be stressful in general, but the hours that he works specifically, right? Where it's like, you know, he'll work a fucking 17-hour shift to get home at whatever it is, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's clearly where some of the water retention is coming from for sure. And then it's also just, you know, hey, he's somebody, we've seen this big time. He starts to retain water quickly and easily, right? So for him, literally, he'll send me pictures in the morning and he looks like he's just, you know, soft. He looks like he's holding a shit ton of water. He's soft, he's squishy, right? Like it's not as impressive as it should be. And then you see him just like 2-3 hours later, you know, one meal, a liter of water, whatever it might be. He goes to the gym, sends post-workout pump pictures, and he's fucking jacked, shredded, vascular, everywhere, full as a house. You are essentially shifting fluid around is what's happening.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Basically, drive all that from extracellular fluid into intracellular cavities. Yeah, now you're filling out and you're getting that lighter, more plump, more full look. So it's just a matter of understanding your body and thinking like, you know, you're not going to like, you're not going to wake up and have the prettiest look. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that might not necessarily be a bad thing. You just need to understand. But as long as everything is in line as far as like blood pressure regulation, you know, blood glucose, right, all that different stuff, I wouldn't worry too much about the slight bit of water retention that just skews visuals during an off season like that, especially for him right now. I just sent the pictures this morning. This is the second time this off season that we've hit 240 pounds as we put food back in and kind of creep the supplements back up. And he's demonstratively better at the same 240 pounds. Like, I mean, just about literally, I sent the pictures today and everything is grown. Shoulders are bigger, arms are bigger, chest is bigger, back is bigger, quads are bigger. Like, you can't do better than that when you're talking about the same weight in the same off season and you're just demonstratively better. Like, it's, you know, we don't need to worry about the little bit of water retention that we get at certain times of the day. If somebody's interested in how to control water retention, though, on cycle, you know, Steve brought up a good thing, you know what gear you're on, know what, you know, growth hormone is doing to you, because the growth hormone itself could be a big one. But then from there, telomestartan is a great way to help aid in somebody that does have a little bit more, it's a little bit more attentive during a cycle. And then managing sodium and potassium might be considered of. And then just overall recognize that when you are pushing up, you are going to gain weight and you are going to gain a certain amount of water retention on top of that. And, you know, that's kind of part of the process there. You're not going to be dry, hard, and lean all the time. Not that Bernard was asking for that reason, but again, in general, you're not going to be dry, hard, and lean, the entire time you're trying to grow. That's not realistic. So if you found out, okay, there's another good one for you. If you found out one of you were a serial killer, as far as the typical people on this podcast, so me, you, Matt, and Marina, who would you be least surprised about? And then I added, who would you be most surprised about being a serial killer? So who would you be least surprised about first and foremost?
Marina.
Really?
She's a female. They're all crazy.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm okay with that.
You're like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I just, you don't really see, like, who was the last female serial killer? Can we Google this? I feel like this needs to be something that's Googled, because, you know, who's the female Jeffrey Dahmer? You know what I mean? I've never heard of one of those.
Famous. female serial. Oh, here we go.
JJ, I'll message you back as soon as I get off the call.
Elaine Warnos is one of the most popular female serial killers in the U.S. Oh,
that's they did that movie after, right?
Damn, this bitch so crazy. She was an American prostitute who shot and robbed 17 men in Florida between
there was a
89
movie
and
about her.
Holy
Blonde
fuck.
chick. With the blonde chick.
Yeah, she looks crazy.
I would say Matt is definitely the serial killer, though. Matt is 100% the serial killer.
Yeah, I would say so. I was gonna say that.
Matt's definitely Matt. I think Matt is a serial killer. He's definitely killing people, and Sam's helping. Sam's definitely helping. And then who would you be the most surprised?
Probably me, because I don't leave the house.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You're also just not a killer, dude. Like that's definitely not. No, you're a big teddy bear. He's definitely killing anybody.
Yeah. No.
All right. In the simplest terms, in the simplest form possible, what causes leaky gut or hyperpermeability?
Food choices,
stress. That's what I was to say. There is no real, like, if you wanted in the most simple term, it would be stress. But like Steve was about to, like, you'd have to like legitimately rattle off 16 different things. That's not very simplistic, right? Because it is, food, food, hormone. Like I would say, think about it more along the lines of like your three major stressors are chemical stress, which includes food, by the way. Food is chemical, right? So we're talking food. We're talking, maybe medication. We're talking, things like, excessive NSAID usage, like ibuprofen, Tylenol, aspirin, stuff like that. Drug usage as far as supplementations or PEDs that we might do. And then there's also emotional stress and there's physical stress. But those are your three largest pathways as far as stress is concerned. It's going to be chemical, it's going to be physical, or it's going to be emotional. And again, understand that chemical, because I think when we talk chemical, everybody might automatically assume Steve takes so much Anavar that's always drugs, but it's not. It's food derived first and foremost. So those would be the three major pathways as far as stress that would cause leaky gut or gut health issues in general. Is emotional stress, and don't. I think people discredit things like emotional stress. I was just on a call, Marina and I, prior to this, and I was talking about a client that had horrible leaky gut. I mean, honestly, one of the worst readings I've ever seen. It was the worst leaky gut. And I have probably 150 different GI maps on my computer as we speak right now, right? And there's not one of them that comes anywhere close to being in the same ballpark as this particular person's leaky gut, right? And I'm telling you right now, I was in my mind, I was like, okay, we'll do this protocol, we'll do that protocol. Apparently there were some other things going on the side. And long story short, she ended up on a small dosage of Lexapro. As soon as she got on that small dose, literally within days of being on Lexapro, her stomach went from this, bloated, you could see the inflammation from the outside to a flat mid. It looked like she lost 10 pounds, and all she did was start taking Lexapro. Diet still wasn't even on point, right? Like nothing. It was a miraculous start. Yeah, and zero gut health issues from on out. No symptoms whatsoever to this day. So it was literally one of those ones where it's like I did what we had to afterwards to heal the gut. But ultimately, the worst permeable gut I've ever seen was all based on emotional stress.
That's crazy. I mean, I believe it though.
Yeah. Well, we see it all the time because of physical stress. Like I've seen physical stress cause more harm. I honestly probably say I've seen physical stress cause as much harm as I have good in people. You know what I mean? Like as much as we've seen physical stress help people in terms of losing weight, improving their overall health, I've seen just as much physical stress ruin people, especially women.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing gym moment. Yeah, I really don't know.
I started myself when I first squatted 635.
Bro, I've sharded myself probably 17 times in the gym. All right. Like I was sharding myself when it's even embarrassing anymore. I just go in the bathroom, clean myself up a little bit, get back to work, dude.
You change your underwear? You change your boxers?
Not that. Well, yeah, maybe I'm not going to change them. I'm just going to let them go. You know what I mean? They're LA Fitness boxers now.
We're going to start calling you Skid Mark. Skid mark tip.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. When you eat that much and you got all that weight on the leg press and you get
Dude,
the whole,
so I remember when I squatted 635. I did only 2 sets of that ever, and that even probably is just too fucking much. But the first time I remember I unracked that at Attila's, and I remember just like thinking to myself, like, "Oh, this was a huge fucking mistake," and I could just feel the pressure on my traps pulsing into my eyes, and I was like, I remember like just standing there with it for a good 15 seconds. Like, I'm not going down with this. Like, there's just no fucking way. And I was like, I kept thinking to myself, like, if my dad was in front of me right now, he would literally be screaming at me, like, go the fuck down. Don't be a pussy. So I was like, oh, fuck it. So I went down, and I remember, like, I just felt my glute hit my calf, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I just remember fucking I was like, yep, just shorted. And then I remember I did 5 reps with that. And then I remember on the 5th rep, I was like, there's no fucking way. And then I started again.
it was all the power you needed to get back up.
That was the heaviest set I've ever done.
Yeah.
That was so dumb. I was done after that. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. And my fucking knee hurt. I didn't train for 3 days after that. My fucking legs were twitching. My nervous system was fucking.
I've never come close to 600 pounds, never even like really close to 600 pound back squats. But it's like when you look back at some of the shit that you did when you were younger, like like it's one of those things where it's like, does squatting help you grow? Yes. Does deadlifting help you grow? Yeah. Does lifting heavy help you grow? Yeah. But it's almost like you learn over time. There's a point where it's like, is it helping or did it actually take time off of my lifting career?
It 100%. It 100% took time. And like, I think if I stuck with 405 on squats, I could have honestly, in 5 years ago when I was at like the peak of doing those 2 movements, squats and deadlifts, the heaviest, like where my strength was the strongest it ever was. I think if I stuck with deadlifts of like 495, literally did like a 4 or 5 count down on squats with 405, the same thing, and just worked like sets of like 15, I would have gotten way less fucked up nervous system wise, knee wise, lower back wise, than literally deadlifting 725 pounds and squatting fucking 585 every single week. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Actually, for me, I get more jacked up now as far as my nervous system is concerned post-workout than I don't want to say that I ever did when I was younger, because you do have those sessions, whether it was like, it felt like it was like every leg session, but like you did have those sessions that you walked out basically like, crawling. But nowadays it's like just about any session I do, like I can't even work out middle day as much as I want to anymore. Like I legitimately have to get done with like 95 to 100% of my check-ins before I go to the gym. Otherwise I'm so mentally fried when I come back. And it's just a representation of how well you can tap in. You know what I mean? And actually, like, use the muscle tissue as opposed to putting everything in the joints that we used to do. Yeah. So it's just, there is a big difference. And it's one of those things where you really don't notice it until you're there. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, at this point at 30, dude, I'm like, I'm just trying to do legs and quads and like just fucking get through the leg press with my knee not hurting. And then I'm like, fuck, can I do split squats without it hurting? Then shit, now I can hack squat or pendulum squat without my knee fucking hurting.
Well, wait, dude, you got a few more years, and then it's to get in your head where it's like, it's actually really like, I don't want to say scary, like it's not scary, but at the end of the day, it's like, you get to a point where you're like, shit, in 10 more years, is this something that actually ends up being a scenario where, whatever, it's not just like wear and tear on my knees. Is it more than that, where I need to get, this operation or that operation to feel comfortable or feel normal on an everyday basis? You know what I mean?
Dude, that's how my shoulder is, with my bone spur, but that's not even from training. That's just genetics.
Yeah.
The bone spur.
All right. So what's your favorite meal prepping hack?
Yeah, I'll be honest, dude. I swear on my daughter, I've never done any of that fucking crazy cream of rice. I've never done Walden Farms. I've never done.
I think her doesn't do any of that shit either. She doesn't do any of that shit. She's a straight up meal plan client that is really straightforward.
Oh, okay, I thought that. That's what I thought it meant.
No, she's like meal prepping. So like, I guess like prepping everything in advance, like anything that allowed you to be more on point with your meal plan.
No, I would just literally I remember like in my early 20s, like being in college and prepping, I would just prep my food the night before, no matter what time it is, and just have it for the next day. I feel like when you have goals, it's just like, but like busy people and shit now, like if I had to, if I didn't work at home and shit, like I think like prepping like twice a week. What are you doing? Prepping twice a week, like your food, and having it for like the first half and then the second half, I think is a good strategy.
Yeah, for me, I was never honestly. I will cook proteins in advance. You know what I mean? I will cook my chicken or my beef or whatever I have to cook in advance there. But there more times than not, when I was like, especially in prep, I would legitimately just wake up early and make all my food that morning. And so if I had to be at the gym for my first client at 6 a.m., if I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning, so I'm a big, like I always reverse engineered everything. So if I knew I had to be somewhere at 6 o'clock that was 20 minutes away, I would literally start with that 20-minute drive, reverse engineer from there. I need X amount of time to get ready here. I need X amount of time for this until I'd have enough time to meal prep all my food. You know what I mean? Right. And then I guess my biggest hack ever is like ground meat. Like ground meat, like I can legitimately make an entire day's worth of food.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Or a meal plan by just having my fucking extra virgin olive oil, put my rice cooker on first thing in the morning, and then I could put 2 pounds of ground chicken on the stove. Legitimately, hit it up with the spatula, ground it up, put the lid on it, put it on a low heat, and I could walk away from that bitch for a solid 8-10 minutes, and it cooks by itself. Season it up, you're good to go. It's nothing fancy. It's not going to be the best taste, but like at the end of the day, I mean, as far as meal prepping hacks like that, you will be able to prep anything you need to prep and hit your macros perfectly. What's up, Nick? Love you too. Hit those things perfectly to be able to get the job done, and then just honestly, fucking tahini goes a long way, man. Just hit it up with some tahini, hit it up with some sweet and spicy mustard. You're good to go.
I can't see anything. The comments.
That's my daughter's godfather.
I just can't see any of the comments. It's so weird.
How come I can't respond to them?
I don't know, man. Government's finally hacking into our shit.
All right. So last question I got. Oh no, we already did that one. Most common people run into a prep. So I don't have anymore. I'm done. Oh, wow. Wait, we got a lot of questions in the question box though, which I didn't.
I can't see anything, so you're gonna have to.
Oh, these are the questions that I had. So the questions that you get asked come up on the live?
I have no idea.
That's pretty cool.
You're asking me. I didn't even know how to get on live like 4 months
You've been hosting the lives for the last fucking year.
4 months ago, though, I didn't. Have you really been doing this for a year?
No, I don't know how long I've been doing it for. I just made that up.
It feels like forever, though, with you, Tim.
Damn straight. For me, it feels like forever when I nibble your ear real slow.
Yeah. I'm not going to trim my ear hair now.
I do that free.
With the hair?
Christine's on the call now. She didn't hear the whole gay thing, so I don't want to scare her. She'll probably be mad at me for flirting with you.
Christine, he's going to nibble my ear hair.
As long as the studio pays the money, though, you know what I mean? Like there's a money thing involved.
How much? What's the price?
Fucking, they get some offers over. We're looking in the $1 million range though, for sure.
Like a couple million, 1 million.
I will get LGBTQ tattooed on my fucking the side of my head. You give me you called the right amount. I think the math, we probably need to be somewhere around the 4 million mark to live comfortably for the rest of our life without having to ever do anything ever again. Like make sure that money's invested well, the return on that, you could probably live pretty well around $4 million. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about that. You get like the 10%. Yeah, probably somewhere around that 4 million mark. But that's if Joe Biden's still in office for another, maybe ratchet that up to like 5-6 million.
I have to go like 15 million.
And we'll do all types of gay shit for money. But that's on another episode. You guys check my Instagram profile for my OnlyFans link. All right, guys. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later.
See you guys.
All right, I don't know how to get rid of this fucking thing. All right, hold on. We gotta end the recording now. Don't say anything too diabolical. Wait. Manage the recording. Stop recording. We did it.